Hello. Welcome to Adam's Apples. I'm here with my friend Joe Strohsnyder, and today we're going to turn this ugly, not retrograded, unclean, heathen Apple IIe into a clear Mac Effects clear case with a clear keyboard, and it should be fun.
Yes.
What are you doing, Joe?
Fun. I am making orders that are 3 days late on getting ordered.
That sounds very exciting.
It's stuff that takes a long time to do, so I ended up doing it last, like keyboard encoders and stuff. So.
Okay. Well, let me say hi to the people that are in the chat. Hey, Sloopy. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Frank. And Gutbomb. How's everybody doing?
Yay!
Oh, and we've got a Sloopy in the chat, or in the stream. Hey, Sloopy.
Sloopadoop!
You're on mute, dude. Says I know. I can read lips.
That's because someone's playing bingo next to me and using language that's against the terms of service for YouTube, or even language that's against better taste and morals.
Okay. You don't have to be too careful on this stream. I'm not monetized, but I appreciate that. And I see that Will is here and Chris. Hey, Chris. So, anyway, I'm going to sit here for a moment and drink a little bit of this Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, and Jeremy's here too. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, you know how the shorter the woman, the bigger the attitude. Well, think of the attitude. Think of the attitude a woman who's 4'10" would have.
That's my mom.
Transform that into pure foul language when she's pissed.
Let's see what this does. I'm doing this on a different table because the bench is occupied. But what I'm going to do before I start using this computer is I'm going to run the hardware diagnostics on it just to make sure I'm not spending time building a machine that's going to go poo.
Dynamite.
I'll put my hardware diagnostics card in.
What am I doing?
And I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's what we got.
Of course the scope cam doesn't work. Of course it doesn't.
So I'm going to do some looping tests, which is L. Let that loop for a few times just to make sure that the thing doesn't blow up.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, you.
Don't you hate when you've been waiting for parts to come in, they finally come in, and then you wait for more parts to come in because they're back ordered, and you have told all these wonderful people that, oh, your order is going to ship next week, and then you realize that the order of parts that you got 3 months ago were fake, especially when you buy this many of them.
Oh, wow.
I ran into that same problem, not as wide scale as that, but wide enough to be annoying as heck. I got a batch of fake 20 LS32s.
Yeah.
And not fake per se. They are logically correct, but they're like really super slow or noisy. So in the circuit I was using them in, they didn't work.
Yeah, these are 8812s.
Oh, yeah.
Which are not too common. They're parallel interface adapters.
Yeah.
Hi, Gutbomb.
What's up, guys?
The sky.
Guten Tag, Gutbomb. Or Guten Abend.
Guten Abend.
Yeah. Hey, Rudy, I see you in the chat. What are you doing tonight, Gutbomb?
There we go.
Building a Dan 2 card.
Oh, that's right. You said you're going to build one of those.
Yep.
What about Dan 1 card, Dan 3 card?
Dan 1 is canceled.
Oh.
Hey, Gut. Build that Dan card right now.
Ah,
Doing it. I got a big bag of stuff from Mauser. Thanks to Will for building me a shopping list.
Big bag.
Big bag. Where?
bad stuff from
Big
Mouse.
bag
or
for
this
one
stuff?
thing.
Pick up on Will wants to know where'd you get the name Gut Bomb?
When I was 15, I had a crush on the lady who worked at the radio station, and I would call late at night and talk to her. And I asked her to suggest a name for my band. And she said, Gut Bomb always sounded cool to me. And the band never materialized, but I signed up for an AOL account and just used the name Gut Bomb. All right, that's more Sloopy. But
DigiKey.
DigiKey.
Never
the
seen
name-
a DigiKey box that big.
The name works because I really like spicy food. So
That's
Yeah.
good. I think a lot of people assume it's some sort of German thing.
yeah,
So they keep saying like Gut Bomb, stuff like that. I'm like, no.
Good bong. What?
Now, that's Sloopy's area more than mine.
I didn't mean to get a Switch this large.
Side cuts.
Whoops. Yeah, it's like when I put an Alps keyboard in a 2C that didn't come with an Alps. There's this big piece of plastic protruding there that's supposed to hold down the crappy little PCB of the cheap keyboard. Side cutters are perfect for that. Snip, gone, goodbye.
All the boopadoop.
Oh, what? Wait, how many boxes of these things you got there? All right, well, I'm convinced that this 2E works, so I'm going to
Like me.
start tearing it apart. Take my
This isn't all of
diagnostic
them,
card out.
and this is only in the last month.
Well, can you send them back?
Empty?
Oh, you already used them. Okay.
It's like, here you go, DigiKey. You can recycle these. I will pay to ship them to you.
Well, this is a really weird 2E because it's beige. It's very late beige, so it has actually the same motherboard as what you would find in a Platinum, but it's the right board. Everybody always says that's the wrong board for that computer, but
So
it is
it's
not.
a platinum. It's a platinum board, but not a platinum keyboard or case.
Right.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even include the stuff that we order from places that are not DigiKey.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm missing a screw, but we'll fix that while I'm putting it back together.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I send pictures sometimes when I do bulk orders of stuff to the folks in the Blue Scuzzy group. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I sell that much." But
So when you go to the fast food place and you get sauce,
yeah,
like this ranch, like prop ranch, don't throw it away. Keep this bottom part because you know what it's good for? Holding screws while you're working on stuff.
yeah. But yeah, Sloopy, if they saw how much you had to order or kept in stock, their minds blown. It just
My head exploded.
you got me trumped easily. You'll see when you come visit. You'll see the kind of setup I got. Soldering.
What's your soldering, Joe?
I am soldering together JCM Universal Keyboard Encoders.
My favorite one is the one for the Data X because I was able to fix my uncommon keyboard, which 10 years ago would have been like, oh, I guess this is trash now.
Yes.
By
Jeremy.
a few of them.
Jeremy, that's the idea.
The fun JLC PCB. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Jeremy, I've thought of ordering from Aero Electronics too because I heard that they have like free shipping, and you could buy like a 30-cent part and they'll ship it for free. Do they still do that?
Yeah. I had heard that DigiKey did some sort of like free shipping thing if you ordered certain things in a certain way, but it's like no, only to people only to literally anyone outside the United States. If you're in the United States, patient,
Well, that's not fair.
it's the weirdest freaking thing.
Okay, this is good.
One
So when you
place
get
that I
this, when you get this case from Actifex, it does not include the little metal clips that are on the original case.
You have to salvage those. Yeah.
But I do have a case here, which I know you can't see me. I'm in the opposite corner of the basement. It's shattered. So I'm going to steal the clips from it.
Shattered.
One
Built
place
one of
that
these
I
in a month.
commonly order from is Futurelec or Futurelec
Yeah.
Electronics. They're pretty good on prices and timeliness.
Yeah, I find too, like if you have some weird obscure part, sometimes the best place to look is going to be DigiKey or Mouser because they have good parametric search. Then when you find out the actual part number of the thing you want, then you can go hunt around other places to see if you can get it cheaper.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm gonna
I
leave
used
the
to
TV
have
in here.
when I used to do a lot more of my own stuff. I used to have a person over in China, in Shenzhen.
Yeah.
I would just anything I couldn't find here local in the U.S. I would just send him an email and say, "Hey, I'm looking for this. I need about this many of them. See what you can find." And usually within 48 to 72 hours, he would find them.
Yep.
Sort of like when I was looking for large CPLDs, the EP6s. Most places here in the U.S. wanted like $55 to $75 per unit for them, and he found them for me for 25 in 100 quantities.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I only had 6 out of 9 on that piece, so I got to find another one.
Soldering, soldering. Dear wrong, solder dong.
Are those Arduino extender hat things?
Yep.
Yeah.
Extender hat things.
This is a trick I learned from Jeff Burt.
Oh, here's another one.
He's a Tandy dude. You probably know him. You've gone to Tandy Assembly.
Once.
Oh, once. The one time I was there.
The
And we
reason
didn't even know each other or run into each other.
Yeah, it was funny because I've only been there once, and the only reason why I went there, well, there was 2 reasons why. One, because Jim needed some stuff, and the cost of shipping it would have been the same as gas driving there and back. And 2, there was someone that I needed to ship a couple Ataris to, and the cost of that shipping was like 80% of the cost of a hotel room for the night. So I drive out there and for the show, and I forgot the box of Ataris.
Whoops.
And I remembered standing here in my basement saying, yes, the only thing that I need to get is the box of Ataris and this one other thing.
Yes. You forgot the one, and you remembered the one other thing, but
Right. Which wasn't even that important. But I go take a shower and such, came down, grabbed the one thing, forgot the box of Ataris because I'd moved it so that I would see it and not forget it. And when I came down to get it, I looked in the place where it'd been for 2 weeks and said, oh, I must have taken it and put it in the car.
Whoops.
I'm not a smart person. This is why I say my brain runs on MT RAM.
That doesn't sound good at all.
chip,
Nope.
chip.
This one clip does not
When I
want to
run
come
out of
off.
these boards, I'm gonna have them assembled.
Rudy, what I'm working on is converting a 2E to a clear MacFX case. It's on the photo of the video you clicked on.
Chip. Get it, Chip?
You're hilarious.
Ha ha ha!
You're my hero.
Ferris Bueller, you're my hero.
Exactly. Should have a stream where we're only allowed to speak in 80s movie quotes.
Temba, his arms wide. Oh wait, that's a different reference.
Well, it's not a movie, but it's close. I came off and flew across the room. That's awesome.
Whee!
I've been saving these shells
I'm going for a ride!
just so I can get these parts off of them. This one's got a big hole in it. And it was one of the ones where the keyboard's supposed to be mounted under the frame of it, and 2 of them are ripped off so badly that there's holes through the front. I think I'll save the enhanced light and then throw this one away.
Oops, ran out of solder.
Or I'll bring it to VCF and throw it on the free pile. Maybe somebody has one that's even worse than this.
Stuck in my head now. Bummer.
Oh well. It says a note on it. It says serviced on 7/20/95. Somebody was having an Apple IIe service in the 90s.
Was it a school?
No school markings on it. The label just says service. It doesn't say by who.
The Apple IIe that I now have in my possession, that's a platinum, reserviced in 2002.
Oh, wow.
The Adam, the laser 128 you have. You know what's wrong with it?
It's a Laser 128.
I have 3 of them, and I know what's wrong with the one that's not working. It's a keyboard problem.
I have
Something
one
wrong with the motherboard. Huh?
I have one that I need parts for.
I may end up with a. What do you need for it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know you were saying that you had a spare one you were considering bringing if someone needed one, so I was going to ask you what you wanted for it. So
You barely missed out on one for the cost of shipping from BC.
Yeah. I saw
Wow.
that.
DC, I could have gotten someone to pick it up for me. I know a guy.
BC.
Oh, BC. Yeah, I don't know anyone in BC.
Sleepy, let me go look at what I need to do, because basically what I've got is I got a 128EX. That's the faster version. That's got a good motherboard, but bad everything else. So I was going to take parts off of a working regular 128 to try to get that going. And then I'll have whatever's left. They both have good motherboards, though. I think one of them has a bad floppy.
Yeah. The only thing I know about the 128 is that when you turn it on, it doesn't come up like it should. And I don't even remember what it does because it's been so long since I've actually looked at it. I mean, It's probably been like 15, 18 years since I've powered it up. And I know it's missing a few keys.
My one with the bad keyboard, it actually has all the keys, but it's the carbon contacts are either they got wet or something weird happened. None of them work. And the second one I've had like that. The first one I got some special stuff and I put it on the contacts and that fixed it. So it might be fixable, but
yeah, or I can have a new ribbon made.
So I got my MacFX Clear 2E keyboard.
Yay!
Ooh.
Fancy.
Retrotech Chris. Yes, I know a guy in DC. You might have seen him around. In a mirror near you.
In the mirror near you.
Yeah, I'm going to need another ribbon cable for this. It doesn't include one.
Biden is in D.C. Well, Biden's in Delaware also. And people hate it when he goes to Delaware because all the roads get backed up and they call it a Joe Jam.
Presidents are always messing stuff up for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, my mother actually knew him like 30 years ago, 25 years ago. His daughter and my sister used to play. No, yeah, his daughter or granddaughter. I'm trying to think which. I think it was his granddaughter, maybe. Could have been his daughter. Played soccer with my sister.
Trying to find a ribbon cable.
That clear Apple II looks awesome.
Yes.
It looks like trash. Just throw it out. Throw it.
Doesn't look like anything. It's invisible.
It's the prison Apple II.
Did you see my comment at the beginning of the stream?
I didn't.
Yeah. What was it? Everything's broken. Garage says, "What's going on over here?" And I says, "As you can clearly see, nothing yet."
Yeah. Duh.
Everything's broken. Garage. Yeah. My major famous people is I got scoffed at by Steve Jobs. That's it. I've been in the same room as a few famous people, but I've never actually been face to face. A couple of them, it was after I was in the room. I was told that they were in there. Kevin Smith. I was in a store that he was in.
I bought a bottle of wine in Washington, D.C., in line immediately behind Diane Rehm.
Yeah.
Not sure who that is.
She used to have a very popular TV or radio show on WAMU in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, the morning show in Delaware on WSTW. The two co-hosts used to come into the 7-Eleven I worked at 4:30 in the morning, and then they would bitch about me on the radio show because I wouldn't always have the coffee fresh and ready for them.
And then you would intentionally fuck it up because you're like, oh, by the way, I listen to your show, right?
Does your coffee taste more like urine today by chance?
Yeah, they wouldn't name me by name.
A slight garbagey aroma.
Yes. Retrotech Chris knows the radio station, WSTW. It's well known in Delaware. Yeah. But yeah, they wouldn't name me by name because they didn't care much for me, because the other guy that worked the overnight shift, he would always have the coffee ready for them when they came in. Me, it was depend on how busy I was or if I didn't realize what time it was. Because they'd come in between 4:30 and 5 because their show started at 6. And we were probably about 20 minutes away from the studio.
Damn it!
Yeah, Robin Bryson was the woman. I don't remember who the guy was.
Was it one of the shows that did this all the time?
No, fortunately not.
Talk radio, douchebags all the time.
When I lived in Los Angeles, I worked at an adult publication, and I met lots of people from the adult industry while I worked there, but the only mainstream celebrities I ever ran into were both like bit players on the X-Files at different times, but near my office.
I used to go to the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas, and they always had it the same weekend as the Adult Entertainment Awards.
Oh, they do that on purpose.
So that you were just constantly running into porn stars and stuff in the hallway. It was kind of weird.
Where do I know you from?
There was one other famous person that I didn't talk to him face to face, but I saw him walk by me. It was at Toys R Us. It was Evander Holyfield.
Sitting here cleaning a ribbon cable.
You may have heard of them.
Now that it says it's clear, now I got to make sure the insides look good too.
I was in the same building once at a conference with some NFL guy, but it was completely unimportant to me because I don't watch football.
Chris, yeah, then it was the guy. I just know that it was Robin Bryson.
I should make a rainbow ribbon cable for this keyboard. That would look cooler. I don't have one. I don't have the parts though.
You can go to jcm-1.com/neopixel and get instructions on how to put RGB lights on the inside of it and be annoying like your douchebag crypto bros.
Like my 2C keyboard.
Yes.
Put all my screws where they go. Or my screw bracket things. Apparently, I think Mark had trouble finding somebody to make these. That's why they weren't included.
Yeah, poor guy.
They don't make them anymore. Have
He
you heard from
tries very, very hard to do things right. And everybody else who can't, I don't say everybody, but like he consistently runs into, yeah, we can do that, we can do that, we can do that. Delivery. Wrong! Rumble. Reminds me of that Mythbuster story for Lead Balloon where they were looking at several companies to get the foil thin enough for the lead balloon story. And it took them 18 months to get that story done because the first two companies they went to actually broke their machinery trying to get the foil done.
Oh, wow.
And had to back out of the order.
I remember that. That was funny.
It's like, yeah, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Sorry. Well, what am I supposed to do? Not my problem.
Wow.
Ryan, I am in love with that TV that you posted today. I think he bought a very old 1940s, 1950s TV.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
I just hummed that instead of pressing my button.
I was wondering if that's what that was.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't quite in key or rhythm.
Good, as far as I'm concerned.
Like, what is that? I don't know. We can only guess.
You got that for $20? Dude.
$20, little man. Put that shit in my hand.
Okay.
If the money doesn't show, you owe me, ho.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What?
While I'm in here, I might as well take the dust out of this thing.
Open up and in it goes. Hungry, hungry hippos. My brain is like a constant Family Guy aside. It's just how it is. Don't question it.
I built so many 2Es where, like, on the left side of the power supply here, it's like there's a rust spot or something gross. Or, like, I'm short a screw, so I leave one out. The thing is, you can't see it. But on this one, I can't get away with this kind of shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, you can't keep your weed in there.
Yeah. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to put the other two screws into the keyboard, and then I can put the case on.
Weren't they the bad guys in Voyager? Oh, no, that's Kazon. Sorry.
It's like the
I
Cardassians
am
joke.
a big nerd. What?
Hate those Cardassians. I mean, the Kardashians.
Never trusted Cardassians, and I never will. I'll never
Sure.
forgive them for the collapse of the wormhole.
I showed my 7-year-old daughter a picture of a Cardassian today, and she almost started crying.
Oh, she doesn't like people with spoons on her head.
It's the neck, I think, that got her.
Uh,
Creepy lizard people, Daddy.
Isn't that child abuse?
I don't think so.
Did you make her eat a live Tesla?
A live what?
It's that thing, Cardassian food that the guy made Picard eat when he had him
Oh, yeah.
with the 4 lights.
I bet he
Did
thought
you,
that was
serve
delicious.
it with
It looked disgusting, but he was like gobble gobble.
It's 5 lights.
Did you
What
serve
lights?
it with Kanar and Yamak sauce?
Mm,
I shared
With
Kanar.
fava beans and a nice Chianti.
No, you have to say it the way he does it.
I can't.
He's British the entire movie until that point, and then he's Chianti.
I can't say it that way.
It took me many years to understand why he specifically said that.
Why do you say it?
Because the meds that he's supposed to be on, you can't eat or consume those two things because they have bad interactions. It'll kill you.
can't get the screw to go in.
Actually, have to be careful with fava beans, lima beans, like that. You can actually contract a condition called favism. Beans are technically toxic.
See, I didn't know if you were being serious or if there was a dad joke coming.
Oh, no. No, if there was a dad joke, I would have called it fartism, but, you know. Butter beans.
Or squirtism.
Now.
When you're sliding into first and you feel a sudden burst.
That's a gut bomb.
Yes.
Pick up bomb.
Ryan's looking to get let in.
Give me a minute. I'm not next to the console. I'll be right back. I can push the button.
Push the button, Frank.
Not wearing pants. There we go.
Ah, finally. That took long
When
enough.
the something,
Hello.
something, that's a gut bomb. I couldn't come up with a joke, so I just kind of figured it out.
Oh.
So you like my television, you got well?
When the poo hits your thigh.
And it makes you go sigh.
When the toilet paper hits your brown eye.
Oh, no.
God. Don't do that. I'm missing a clip.
This episode brought to you by Disappointment.
And Charmin.
Yeah.
And
Very-
dysentery.
You have died of dysentery. Whenever you're putting your top lid on your 2E, whether it's clear or not, check to make sure your clips don't fall out. Otherwise, you'll put 8 screws in and figure out, oh, there's nowhere for the 9th
You
screw to screw in.
You go to lift it, and the lid just comes back off.
That too. It's always fun.
I cannot confirm or deny whether or not that has absolutely happened to me more than once.
More than once.
These are allegations of the serious degree, and I will not accept them. I will not be taking questions.
Sounds good.
Now I have to open another box.
Oh.
Soldering all the resistors, and all the numbers are going different directions. It's going to make Adam angry.
It's fine with me. It's not my product. I'm sorry, I'm hitting the camera.
You would honestly have to have like crazy vision to notice. Or, a magnifying apparatus. And just because we're going to turn this around and solder it the different direction, just to like totally screw with somebody's OCD.
I watched Ron's video today, and I pointed out that he had the floppy drive in the wrong slot, and he was like, "I just put that mistake in there so you spot it." Thanks, Ron.
Thanks, Dad. Where did you learn this? From you, all right? What did I watch?
Dude, that's like my favorite PSA ever. I say it to my kids all the time.
So dumb.
And they're just like, what are you talking about?
I've shown it to the older one.
And they're like, this is the dumbest thing ever. This didn't work, did it? No, it didn't.
Obviously not.
All right, let's see here.
Balls.
Is Ryan just like playing around with the security cameras?
Transparent aluminum.
Yeah, we had we got some shenanigans happening up here, so I'm installing more cameras.
Shenanigans.
Did you have a specific personal property shenanigan?
Oh, all the time. But
Oh, that sucks.
that's okay.
Sheep dip.
I caught my wife trying to leave her work laptop in her car parked in front of our house today.
Oh, that's a good way to get it broken into.
Yeah.
Although, there is a MacBook Pro sitting on the front seat of the F-150 that's parked in the driveway, so I really can't say anything.
And what address is this?
18 hours just to get to the other side of the Province Street.
Yeah. But you can see my cat in the window.
So funny.
So that's something.
Oh. Is it a guard cat?
It is a guard cat, but he's terrified of everything.
I still love that, Ryan, how like you are so far across the province that it's like, welcome to Newfoundland. 18 hours to go.
Oh, well, yeah, it's like 12 hours. 12 hours to go, and we can be there.
In 12 hours, I can be at VCF Midwest.
Yeah,
right.
12 hours, I can be at like freaking Kansas fast.
Yeah, we make the joke. So a group of us are trying to do a hot rod power tour, probably next year, and everybody else has to leave like at a certain time, and I have to leave like 3 days before that, so I can meet up with them to leave when they leave. It's not going to be much fun.
That is nuts. NVTS nuts.
Indeed.
What did
Hey,
you got?
Oh, I'm sorry, I talked over something.
We're all going to talk at the same time. No, I was going to say, yes, I did pick up that television for $20. It was a good purchase.
Cannot believe that. Are you really going to like try to rent that out to film crews or just use
Oh,
it?
100%. 100%.
Awesome.
I just, this past week, I rented my Tandy 1000 and my Packard Bell 8086.
Because there's a lot of film work that goes up there, so they're always asking for stuff.
Yep,
Right?
and they're currently filming a TV show that's set in the 80s, so they're all about what I got.
And you live in a province that still looks like the 80s. So.
In some respects, yeah, and we have political views and infrastructure that also follows suit. Well, they're putting asphalt on roads now. My God, it's the future. But yeah, no, it's cool, and because we're an island and it's so hard to get stuff, I'm pretty much the only one doing it here, so kind of cornered the market, I guess.
It's like, yeah. How much to rent this this Tandy? $4,000 per day.
How much do you have?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I'll give them a price, and then I know they go look it up on the internet to see how much it would be to buy one, and then within like 2 minutes they call me back like, yeah, we'll just rent it.
Yes, we know
It's
you.
only $40, but it's like $180 to ship it, and it'll take 2 weeks to get here.
Well, yeah. There's another prop house in Nova Scotia that rents stuff, but it all shipped in roadie cases. So I mean, you have to imagine it's a minimum of probably like $300 or $400 to ship it.
Yeah.
So plus the rental, plus they charge per day. So every day it's in the roadie case getting shipped there, and every day it's in the roadie case getting back. It's charged. So just rent from me. I'm much better, and I'm local.
Yes.
Do you
And I
have
can
like a running
Constant.
tally of the productions these are on, so like we can
Yep.
go to IMDb and find the productions and?
Yep. I was going to hilariously start making IMDb pages for my computers.
That's great. I want it. That must
That's
occur.
funny.
This will occur.
Yeah, I found a
Oh,
spare screw.
IMDb for
Yay.
props. That's insane.
So
I don't
your
think they
prop,
let you do that.
your props will get props.
Yes.
Exactly. But the neat thing is, like, they sent me pictures of them having set up on set, and the first thing I said, they're not plugged in, fix it. They're like, oh, okay. I was like, that's the one thing that drives me nuts.
It's like
What do I
I
gotta
think
plug
Adam,
it in for?
we had this conversation. I think myself
Yeah.
and
it's
Adam
not,
had this
it's not
conversation.
plugged in.
You got your floppy drive plugged into the wrong port.
Or when we were talking about, like, when they hold up like a computer part and call it the wrong thing, that drives me absolutely bonkers. I'm like,
There was
guys,
some
it takes
recent show.
2
I don't
seconds,
remember.
2 seconds to do some research.
I don't remember what the recent show was, but I remember there was a thing on it about it, and they had an old PC with a Apple II floppy drive or some stupid setup. They kept calling the computer a hard drive. It was just bad.
What movie did I watch recently?
Was that my mom?
It was a recent Marvel movie where they were stuck in a bunker from the 80s. It was a Cold War bunker, and it had a 386, but it was in a new modern ATX case. And I'm like, what the
I
fuck's
saw
going
that.
on? What movie was
It
it?
was one of those Marvel movies about the Avengers or something. After
Yeah.
like
I saw a video about that was tearing it up.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's a 386 in an ATX
Oh.
case.
Yeah, and they put a whole bunch of voltage in it to overclock it to make the
Yeah,
timer go fast.
to make the timer go faster so they could get the door unlocked. That's right.
I have
Yay.
never seen a Marvel movie.
Really? They're good to turn your brain off to.
I'm sure they're fine. I just haven't. Like, I got burned by comic book movies in the 90s, so I just
those are all the
watch them.
shitty DC movies. You need to. Marvels are much better.
Yes. Sorry, Jeremy's saying it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's latest TV show. That's what it is. That's the 386. It wasn't a Marvel movie. It was the
boy.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's new TV show.
I think I watched one episode of that and just turned it off.
I watched the whole
Jeremy.
season. I enjoyed it, but it was that turned my a little bit.
Jeremy, what were you saying about Tech Time Traveler? I love that guy.
Oh, that guy's cool.
I think he got a table at VCF Midwest next to Tech Time Traveler. I think that's
Oh,
what he's saying.
nice.
Oh, neat. I didn't know he was going to be there.
Are you hitting a bowl? It sounds like
It's
a
vape.
bong.
It's
It
just
sounds like a
vape.
bong.
It's nicotine. So
Bong, 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 bong. Oh wait,
The bong
Nicotine.
song.
That's
the
illegal.
bong song.
Do you guys still have flavored cigarettes in the United States?
Do we have what?
Flavored cigarettes. Like, can you still get menthols?
You
Yes.
can get menthols. You can't. That's the only flavor you can get, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're not allowed to have them anymore.
Only for another 2 years. I think they're
Okay.
outlawed.
So you're following suit as we are, or we
Yeah.
did.
So look, I've got a 2E with a.
Oh, prison monitor. Nice.
neat.
Yeah.
So you should make the thumbnail for this video and say "not suitable for work, naked Tui."
Now you
No,
can watch it
you
overheat.
It should be naked, 3-dot ellipsis.
And don't tell Kate that there's a naked Tui.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
might have a heart
might-
attack before she realizes what you're saying.
Well, she
I
might
got
be
a lot
sad
of-
because one of her children went and got into the adult industry.
I got a lot of fingerprints all over it while building. I'm gonna have to
Oh no.
There's nothing
fix
worse.
that, but that's fine.
So, Adam, where did you get the prison television?
It was a local thing. Some
Prison.
Facebook ad. I got it when I was in the slammer.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't you rather know what I did to get to what I did?
I don't know.
To
It's the
get
U.S. It's the U.S. I'm pretty sure you can fart in some districts and get a life in prison. So
That depends on your skin tone.
sure.
Now, I could put an original enhanced badge on here, or I can put this little sticker it came with that just says enhanced.
But only if you type while you install the enhanced sticker. So it's like CSI.
Well, the thing is that the way this
Enhanced.
works, I know you can't see that part. It's like the 2C keyboard. The caps lock's not a locking switch, so it lights up red when it's on. So if I put the original window there, which has got green on it, it's going to make that illegible. So I think that's why he gave us the
It
sticker.
just came up. Yes, ma'am.
Just smile and nod, Sloopy. Just smile and nod.
She's playing online golf, and I was going to play a game with her when I should be working, and I started up the game, and they already started it, so I wasn't able to get in.
Rude.
Yeah.
I like the note that I got in here, basically saying that we're sorry for the delay on this keyboard, but blah, blah, blah. And then it says, please follow us on Kickstarter. We're planning to launch the Apple IIc keyboard within the month. Okay.
Oh,
2
Dave's
years
here.
later.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
Hey, Dave.
China was a mess. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
So anybody we know stuck in the hurricane right now? Is there anybody in our group in Florida? Oh yeah,
Jason.
Jason, yeah.
I have some coworkers in the area, and they are on a change freeze for all our stuff, so they're sitting there, not being allowed to leave, but not being allowed to do anything. It's
Oh,
kinda
that sucks.
ridiculous.
Are they at least allowed to, drink and eat food?
They're taking turns.
Okay.
Provisionally.
You're only allowed to eat food provisionally.
They could just let AI take over, and that would be fine.
It's actually what's happening. It's not actually a hurricane. It's a Skynet.
Oh.
Although I have to see, there's a couple of pictures going around. Have you seen them? It was coming towards Tampa Bay, and somebody put googly eyes on it, and it looked like Cookie Monster. Where the clouds were. Like, oh, the hurricane doesn't look so bad now. It's like Cookie Monster.
Oh.
City. Meat city. Om nom nom.
Yeah. That didn't
Just
go
goes
well
to
at
show
all.
you, Joe. Like Joe says, googly eyes on anything fixes it.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I guess. I feel like you've said it before.
My microphone agrees with you.
Oh, you have googly eyes on your microphone?
Yep. Here, I'll show you.
Oh yeah, look at that. What a dapper looking fellow.
Mm-hmm. He's even got an LED tie.
Yeah.
I'm what?
That's-
Did you just say you're weird?
Yes.
I seem normal to me.
Just smile and nod, Sloopy. Just smile and nod.
I seem quite normal to me.
I need to make a shirt that says, I'm not weird. Everybody else is.
Yeah.
I found a shop on AliExpress yesterday that sells T-shirts modeled after VHS cassette sleeves,
Oh, cool.
and I ordered a bunch of them.
Nice.
I wonder if I could get find like fake uniform shirts on AliExpress for like UPS and FedEx and stuff.
You probably
CompUSA.
can.
Old Comp USA uniforms.
Otis Elevator.
I just find if you wear a hard hat, a high visibility jacket, and walk around with one of those metal clipboards, you can basically go anywhere.
Authorized personnel only. Well, I authorized myself.
I'm a person and I've authorized myself.
There's no instruction saying who can authorize me. Therefore,
Yeah.
Instructions unclear.
Hey, he's not authorized carnival personnel.
We have a pen test thing going on at work right now for our application, and they gave us like a questionnaire, and I think that's cheating.
I can't get this key back on.
Or are you sure the questionnaire wasn't actually an attempt at
Yeah, it's like a
social
phishing
engineering?
attempt, basically. Yeah.
Well, I answered questions in an extremely vague manner, so on
Well,
purpose.
what you don't realize is by clicking on the questionnaire, they now have access to your workstation.
Yeah.
So all I gotta do now is put the Apple II
Use them.
badges on.
I
The,
gave
the SMB, the remote SMB process. The
It was
remote
for
SMB.
our
ping-
it was for our web application, and the kind of questions I answered was anything that they would be able to get from the developer tools in the browser.
You just keep repeating.
How do you do this? I'm not telling.
Just keep repeating that you're a people person. You take the code from you take the requests from the customers to the developer.
Yeah.
I'm a people person.
I'm a people person.
Uh-huh.
Just don't really know what it is you do here.
Made a game. It's called a Jump to Conclusions Mat.
Yeah, I actually have a jump to conclusions mat. I bought an Office Space. Can't remember where I got it. One of those like novelty stores, but it was an Office Space like box, and it came with a mini red swing line stapler, a jump to.
Oh, I have that box. That's where I got the
And-
T-shirt I was wearing the other day.
Yeah, and it came with a T-shirt, and what else did it come with? It came with something else. Oh, the
You know
floppy disk.
Yeah, I had like a pad Initech Post-its in mine.
Maybe that's what I had was the Post-it notes. I thought,
Yeah, look, I got the
God.
custom
Oh,
floppy
God,
emu that's
stand
already
by.
clear, so it matches.
oh, that's nice. Now, if only they could mount the floppy emu to the inside of the clear cover, but
I actually
have a
have a plan
window
for that.
window
I
cut so that you can access the buttons.
I have a plan for that, which
Oh.
is I've already got a green OLED, which is going to mount right in the front here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use capacitive clear buttons to be the 4 buttons on the floppy emu.
Oh,
That's
cool.
really cool.
That's a good idea.
I have not finished that part of the plan yet.
I mean, I would just get some double-sided tape and call it done, but that's all. Hey! I believe you have my stapler.
I've
I
had
told
this
them.
in my office for years, and when we cleared out the office and moved out, I took it with me.
So apparently, the red swingline stapler didn't exist before Office Space,
Correct.
and they actually Swingline got such an inundation of requests for them after the movie that they actually had to make them into production.
Yep. And they cost $10 more than the regular ones.
Yeah, because they got to go through a powder coating process.
Maxell posted on Twitter today that they still make cassette tapes. And then
Really?
there was all these questions. Well, do you make floppies? Do you make VHSs? Do you make this, that, the other thing? Like, no, there's not enough demand for that. And my comment was,
Who's
why don't
buying
you
tape?
make 10-minute cassettes and then label them as computer data cartridges? And you only have to use 1/6 of the amount of tape, and you can probably sell them for double.
Yep.
And that was the only comment where they liked it and didn't write back like, no, you're dumb.
Did you guys see the guy who found the plethora of new old stock media still in
No.
box? I think it was on Vintage Computer on Facebook. But he found literally, I want to say 50 or 60 boxes of floppy disks of reel-to-reel tape, cassettes, big data tape from like old school, like mainframes.
Wow.
Pixar didn't happen. Oh, wait.
So I need
Stand by.
to go take a pit stop. If you guys can try to behave while I'm gone, I'd appreciate it. I'll be right back.
Quick.
Some
Tap the
people-
keg.
Some people just like to watch the world burn. I think it was Vintage Computer.
Yay, our adult supervision left.
It was. There you go. There you go, Joe.
Yay! Win.
It's all BASF brand.
BASF.
Yeah.
We don't make many of the products you buy. We make many of the products you buy better.
But that's also 3M. That's also 3M's, so it must be the same company, are they?
What? 3M?
Or
No.
now.
3M, BASF. At that time, we're not the same company. I
Okay.
think one owns the other now.
Because that's 3M's slogan now. We don't make the products you use. We make the products you use better.
That was BASF back in the 90s.
Hilarious. So when they bought them, it's like we just bought them for their quote. Yeah, look, check out this box of floppy disks. Ooh, nice floppy disk.
BASF is an initialism and portmanteau of its original name, Badische Anilin und Soda Fabrik. It's a European multinational company and the largest chemical producer in the world. Its headquarters are located in Ludwigshafen. Ludwigshafen, Germany. Deutschland!
Yeah, see, look, brand new cartridges for like mainframe, old school data sets, I guess, or whatever you call them.
Yay!
2 meg floppies, my God, the future.
2 meg, unformatted.
Hey, my Mac SE uses those.
I need to take out my trash.
Would you like 620 feet of data cartridge?
Ah, my small intestine.
Ooh, 8-inch floppy disks, new in box.
Yes.
See, I dream about finding a place like this someday. Full of stuff. Ooh, an optical cartridge.
Does that like something like computer reset or something like that?
The story goes, picked up a large load of NOS media recently. Been sorting through it. I still have another SUV load to go. And it just says 2.5-inch, 5 1/4, 8-inch, 9-track tape, DC cartridges, DATs, Mo discs, etc. And I'm guessing it's all going to be for sale.
All built. Now we program them with my programmer box.
Dyson discs are like my childhood. That's all the discs my father would buy were that brand. So I have boxes of them.
What, Dice Man? What?
Dyson, D-Y-S-A-N, Dyson.
Andrew Dice Clay brand diskettes.
All it does is swear at you and delete your data.
Or it just makes a vacuum noise and then tells you to dry your hands. Oh, this is Dyson. Sorry, different.
Oh, Dyson.
Actually, each one has a small collapsed star inside it.
Yeah. Why is my floppy disk round?
Why is it incredibly heavy?
I like the program's still running. That's nice. These are AYs.
Alan Bradley blank diskettes. Those are kind of cool.
Is it going to work? Is the application doing anything? Is it hung and broken?
Probably.
I think it's hung and broken. So we're going to close it. Let's try again.
Once more with feeling.
Load. And load use. Why is my machine so slow today? Like task manager. What's going on?
So, fun little side note, I was working on some Chromebooks today, and one of the fun things Chromebooks do, which we found out, is if there are updates available, they make the printers not work. So they force you to do your updates.
Yep.
It's like, that's pretty good. Windows usually just, make some random thing stop working, but Chromebooks pretty religiously, the printer stop working.
There it goes. Now let's program.
Well, it's 11:30 p.m. here. I have to get up in 6 hours.
Enjoy spying on the neighbors with your cameras.
Oh, I got another one to put on the front of the house now, and then I got another one to go in the inside the garage. Oh joy, oh bliss! Actually, I got to say, if you're looking for good, cheap, quality cameras, the Reolink brand on Amazon, good, bat-proof
Did you say bat proof?
Yeah, bat proof.
Baseball bat, not
Correct.
not
Well, no,
animal bat.
Well, yeah, by
What is
you know,
the deal?
being baseball bat proof means they're likely bat proof as well. I have yet to see a flying bat be any more damaging than a baseball bat.
You haven't been to Transylvania. Ah!
I've never had a baseball bat poop on me.
Or scream
Why
at you in
is
the night and
this-
get stuck in your hair.
Why is this doing this? It is broken. Just like go away.
What's the thing you have there holding your card? That's really neat.
It is a quad hands PCB holder.
Ooh.
Oh, that's really
I
cool.
have one of those.
Little swivel deal.
Nice.
Mine's one of these.
Oh yeah,
Except right now it's acting as a counterweight for my microscope, so it doesn't fall over.
I have one of those too. I use it for like wires and stuff usually.
yeah, the ones with the pincers I use for wires, mostly automotive though. The one I have has a magnet on the back of it, and you just like stick it to the car while you're working on it. It's pretty convenient. I had a question for Joe, and it just went out one ear and gone.
Aha! I win.
That was a good question too, if I could remember. I don't remember.
There we go. It went bit-ba-ba-doop that time.
What are you programming? Blue pills or blue scuzzies?
Keyboard coders.
Hey, before you go, I was listening, and BASF.
Yeah.
Is let me switch my camera. A German company
Ooh,
which
you
made
have some.
these floppy diskettes.
Yes.
I watched a documentary about them the other day. It's a really long German name. I don't remember what BASF actually stands for, but that was their slogan back in the day in the U.S. was we don't make whatever, we make the stuff that makes it better. Because over here, all they did was sell chemicals to companies like 3M who made other things.
Interesting. The bigger question is, what did they do during the fall?
You don't want to know.
They
Yeah, they made gunpowder.
We were in. We all went to the United States and opened Dairy Queens.
back in the day, all my discs were BASF.
Why is this doing this?
Yeah, this was in a lot of
Yeah.
TRS-80 stuff actually. And
Did you see? Did you see the thing I showed, Adam?
No, I didn't. I was upstairs.
I can show you.
Yeah, I all my discs were like in a gray bluish box, and the reason
wow.
why I used them
Oh.
exclusively is because I got them for a good price.
This guy found a pile of new old stock floppy disks
I heard-
and
Yeah, I heard the story. I didn't actually get to see the pictures. I was
like
out of
data
sight of
cartridges.
the monitor. Ooh, Maxell. Yeah, all I've got is this one box, and it's not open.
I say
I don't
don't
have
open
any
it.
reason to open it yet.
Yeah.
I like the bottom though. It says this U.S. assembled product contains media made in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So the actual disc was taken from Germany and it was just put in the plastic in the United States.
In Bedford, Massachusetts.
Interesting. Well, that's like I went to buy a new hand cart for moving boxes today, and I found a Milwaukee brand one, and I was looking. I was like, "Oh, cool, made in the U.S." You don't see that all that often, right? And then I
Hey,
looked in real close. It was like this metal frame was assembled in the United States, and then it like had an asterisk: wheels, tires, bearings, axle, and it was like China.
It says right here, lifetime warranty.
Yep.
You should get that. See if they'll honor it.
I tried that with Maxell, and they said we don't make that anymore, but we'll give you a coupon for so many dollars off something else we still make.
Oh,
So I actually took them up on that, and I bought some cassettes to use with the cassette drive on the VIC 20.
neat. I've been
Jeremy,
inundated
well
lately.
done.
I've been inundated lately with people giving me optical media. I have about 2,000 blank
Source
CDs now.
Newmain.ay.
No idea what I'm going to do with all of them.
Clean and build.
I have 45 of the CDRs that are like credit card sized.
Oh yeah, those are cool. Yeah, you like
Great.
are the ones you used to get for like
Oh,
business
yeah, that's
cards.
for production.
Mhm.
You'd print on one side your business card and then give like an example of your portfolio on the actual disc.
Yeah.
The Pippin guy at VCF was giving out those, I think.
Yeah, if I would have known that you had another game.
Almost over. It's not.
Now I got to test these. Now I have to
Oh.
test these.
Joe,
Gotta
is that,
test these, plug them into things.
Joe, is that a big
Gotta
bag of
test
candy on the
things.
keyboard behind you?
I'll be right back.
Ah, cough drops.
Yeah,
I've been eating them like candy.
yeah, it is candy.
Candy.
Yep. See,
Candy with menthol.
Candy.
Yum.
Yummy.
No, yuck.
Yum.
They're not. They're not medicine. They're candy.
Yum.
I consider most cough drops candy unless they're Fisherman's Friend.
Yeah. But do you often suck on a fisherman's friend?
Only when I need a cough drop.
So only every hour.
2 hours. I got recovery time. You know, I'm old.
Like Sloopy
these
said,
these badges
20
that
20 bucks is
Mark
20
made
bucks.
are like they look identical to the real thing.
Has anyone had a Fisherman's Friend cough drop?
Oh yes, yeah, they're fairly
Not
common
I.
up here.
Oh, there.
Yeah. If you are not sick, they are about the most nastiest thing you've ever put in your mouth. But if you're sick and like you're so congested you can't even breathe, two things: one, they taste really good, and two, you will be cleared real quick.
I have my wife has always used the Vic sticks, and I've never tried one before until this last cold that I have. Wow, I don't know what I've been doing all my life.
Yeah,
like
that's
Nasal stick, just all the congestion disappeared.
that's about what a Fisherman's Friend's
Friends about the same, yeah.
Yep.
What are you talking about? Nasal sticks?
Yeah,
it's like
you know, like
it's
the Vicks Vapor Rub nasal stick.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you have a Fisherman's Friend. It's like they take a vacuum and just go up your nose.
Oh,
Did somebody record that to turn that into a GIF?
I wish.
But the crazy part about it is that when you can't breathe through your nose, it's not actually a stuffy. It's actually swollen.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
you're all.
So if you close your mouth and pinch your nose closed and you breathe real hard, it'll open it up and you'll be able to breathe for a few seconds.
Yep.
Can also say the neti pots work really well if you don't mind running water up your nose.
Yeah, my dad uses one of them. With great success. He swears by it.
Boot.
All right, I'm gonna see if one of these real floppy drives works.
It blue
All right.
screened, Joe. It blue screened.
PSOD.
I
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I've made the Joe mad.
You've angered the
was
Joe.
just being stupid.
Oh,
I made
Oh,
fun
no.
of your
No,
joke.
Adam, now you got to get one of Javier's cases, or fronts, and one of the other clear cases.
well, I'm actually going to test this because I need to put a clear shell on the top of it, and I'm bringing it. Whether it's this one or another one, I'm bringing it with me because he's going to put his clear front on it to display.
Nice. That's going to be a cool setup.
Yeah.
And how many LEDs are you going to put in it?
All
Zero.
the RGB. All the
There's
RGB.
there's one red LED in it, and that's all it needs.
So what you need to do is you got to distract Adam for at least an hour, and then someone needs to install a pile of RGB in it.
Well,
No,
then,
thanks.
if there's no LEDs in it, how are you going to be able to see it? It'll be all dark in there.
One red light in the front and one in the back. That's all you need.
You can drive
got
it
two.
home with one red light. Oh wait.
It's got 2 red light districts, and that's it.
Yeah.
What's the going rates in those red light districts? Should I go to the front one or the back one?
Or- Let's see. Let's make sure I don't short out the floppy drive on the first try.
Keyboard encoder pass.
Yep.
Yay.
Green.
If you bang on it long enough, it works.
No, that's one of those foil foam keyboards.
No.
You smack it hard enough, it eventually works.
These are good Apple II Alps key switches.
All right, that sounds right.
My my Corona keyboard is questionable. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. I really
let's
hope
try.
I'm not Coleman for.
Oh,
I picked a drive randomly off the shelf, and it actually boots. Sweet.
Are you surprised though?
Oh, that shelf that I have them all displayed on is a lot of those are bad because the reason they're on the shelf is because they're bad.
Okay.
Because they look cool, and I don't, can't use them if they're bad, so I might as well sit on the shelf.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
And
So Frodo is sending me, or Frank is sending me a 2C with a bad floppy drive. Are those hard to find? Those floppy drives?
You can buy them on eBay.
Not at Adam's house.
Are they
Yeah.
stupid expensive?
No. So what I would do is buy an external that works if you can find somebody who tested it,
Yeah.
and then take the guts out of it and use that because it's the same guts. So you just got to remove the LED from it.
Oh, okay. You can just swap an external. Gotcha. It's the same mechanism.
Yeah, and generally, if people had an external, they used it way, way less than the internal, so they usually
That
have
makes
way less wear on them. Like
Right.
when I got Duodisc for the 2E, the second drive is like they're like, oh, this is dead. Because
Yeah.
they try to boot, but the second mechanism is always good. So I have two
Right.
dead ones. I move the mechanism to the left on one of them, and then it's good.
Okay, gotcha.
How do I do my
Neat.
screwdriver? There it is.
All right. Well, I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, thanks for
That's
bye,
joining.
random be right back guy.
Yeah. Goodbye, Joe. Gut Bomb's not here. I still think you need an uwu, but that's just me.
It will.
Exactly.
Oh, what?
all right, it's over.
Perfect.
God rest him. He got to 99, but he didn't go over $1.
And that was my joke.
There's a lot of people's jokes.
Oh,
Just about.
yeah, y'all copied me.
Yeah, that's what we'll go with. All right. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Now it is.
I think it's funny that Apple put vent holes on these Disc 2 cases to match how the Apple II looked, but then they went ahead and covered them with black paper.
Yep.
They start right
Get the dust
away.
out.
Makes it a
Purely
pain
aesthetic.
to I was trying to make some fake Bell and Howell ones to go with my second Bell and Howell, and it makes it a real pain to paint because you got to remove the paper, then paint it, and then put new paper on.
Why?
Because I want the thing to look like a Bell and Howell drive, which is dark gray on the paint, and the paper is still black, like the keyboard is still black.
Oh.
I'm going to take off the bottom of this so I can clean the bottom.
I have returned.
Hello.
Got me 2 copies.
I love how I'm just double checking my social media while I'm taking a short break here. And,
I filled some.
I see a post by you that was reposted by 4 a.m.
By who?
4 a.m.
Post by me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 4 a.m. reposts a lot of stuff I post. I had a whole bunch of likes on that stupid Jurassic Park sticker.
And then Garth took took the picture, zoomed way in onto the enhance button, and then said enhance.
He always does that. Oh, this is cool. The inside of this case, I took the bottom shell off. It says Waukegan Public Schools.
What a smart place to put the asset tag on the inside.
It's not the first time I've seen that. I had another one that had a property theft, like a police evidence tag on it, and you could tell where they had scraped the metal plate off the outside of the drive, but it had one on the inside, so that was probably how they were able to tell it was indeed stolen property.
There you go. That's
That's a little-
extra cool. So you could put 2 on it, one on the outside. People scrape it off and think they're done, but there's still one on the inside.
Right.
So that then you get evidence of evidence tampering. Taken for another thing.
Yeah,
Smart.
you're being bad. Excuse the water noises. I'm trying to get this goo off the front of this shell.
Hey, let's go all over the world.
The only
Rock and
part that
roll.
you The only part that you keep on the shell of this is the bottom. And since you're putting a clear shell on it, you gotta make the inside look as good as the outside.
Hey, look, it's a Platinum Monitor 3.
What?
It's a Platinum Monitor 3.
Yeah. have one of those.
$125 is way too much freaking money for it, but yeah.
Joe, that's the monitor I got with mine. Even though I didn't get a Plus, I got a 3, but the monitor actually matches the Platinum 2E better than it matches the Apple 3.
Yep. It's a television. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I am printing invoices so I can send these things out to people. That's right.
Ah.
This one goes to Javier because he broke his Apple IIc.
What?
Oh, this guy ordered 2. I miscounted. I got to build another one. Well, crap.
What did Javier do to his Apple IIc?
He somehow plugged something in wrong and burned up the keyboard encoder when he was testing the RGB something or other.
Big oof.
Was that the problem he was having the other day? Because he suddenly couldn't test anything anymore.
Something like that, yeah. And he just grabbed another one of his like 8,000 2Cs and just coded around it. He's the only man I know who potentially has more 2Cs than you do, Adam.
That's what I was just going to ask. Does he have more than Adam?
He may. That's
It's
his
close.
main thing. My thing is 2Es. For a while, I had 47 of them, but
Jeez.
never had more than a dozen 2Cs.
How'd you get started in collecting?
Went to the computer store in 1983, and
It's
I
a
bought
cheaper thrill than gambling.
I used to collect stuff in the 90s, like I would collect 80s stuff in the 90s because it was just cheap. People were throwing it away or whatever.
Yep.
And then after a while, I kind of got bored with it, and I put it all away, put it in boxes, put it in storage. And then during the pandemic, I was like, I'm bored. What's all these boxes? So I started going through stuff, and I'm like, oh, I could probably sell this. But
I want to play with it first.
I started selling some of it, and then I'm like, oh, I like this stuff. And then I ended up just fixing it. Now I know how to fix it. And then I'm like, I need another one of these. So I'm like, I need this part. And the only way I can get it is to buy another one. Like, well, now I have this whole extra one. It's only missing that part. And let me see if I can find that part, like that. And then somebody was selling a pallet of Apple IIs. And I'm like, that would be a fun project to do while I'm sitting around here at home. And so I got this pallet of like 60 Apple IIes. And I just sat there for 6 months fixing them.
Nice.
Every once in a while, I'd find a different model, like a 2C or a 2 or a 2 Plus. Oh, and Sloopy, I got a 2 Plus in the pile for you.
Oh, cool. I've got a 64 here for you. I just need to replace the RAM on it.
Okay. That sounds fun.
It's two 4464s. 10 minutes of work.
It's only 2 chips. That's right.
Yeah.
A lot of the bread bins use MT.
This one.
4164s, right?
Yeah, some of them used them, but this one is a MT 4464.
Oh, they make those just scrappy.
Imagine that. Yeah.
All right.
So I have a cover version of Shoop that I want to make called Poop. And the beginning lyric is, here I go, here I go, here I go again. What's my weakness? Bran. Okay, then.
You might have something with that one.
Oh,
I just have to make sure that I have another short board.
Okay.
Because I have to have at least one short board for testing and such.
I want to make a Commodore ZIF like Adrian did, so I can do chip testing and stuff.
That would be cool.
I've kind of done that with my Apple IIe back here. This guy, the keyboard, the keyboard socket is a ZIF socket, so that I can.
I've got a 2E it was an older 2E that was mostly socketed, and I ended up socketing all of it just for testing. Let's see, which way is the back and which way is the front?
Not to be confused with a KIF socket, which is some sort of weird thing from Futurama.
Huh. Okay,
Tip
so
your waitress,
that
I'll be here all
square
day.
is the front. Okay.
I'm done with resistors.
Yay.
What are you working on, Gut Bomb? Oh, yeah, the Dan 2, that's right.
Yep.
I forgot until I looked over and I saw which board it was. I'm like, oh, yeah, we talked about that an hour and a half ago.
I think I'm-
The world of facts.
I think I might be at a standstill though because I'm not seeing the capacitors that I need on this list.
Uh-oh.
Found them.
Yay.
Are they 100 nanofarad decoupling?
That's exactly what they are.
They're 30-year-old Rifas.
Okay, I was gonna
Mm.
say.
They're
Now, if
20.
you ever
My
need
favorite.
decoupling capacitors, I'm your Huckleberry. I have probably like 25,000 down here right now.
These are 20
Oh.
picofarad capacitors.
Oh, little guys. Little itty
Jeremy,
bitty.
I am bringing everything but the kitchen sink.
Gets there, realizes Sweet doesn't have kitchen, feels bad.
I am bringing a bathtub though, so I'll be covered if
I'm bringing a bathtub. It's like Sloopy out of context.
Oh, I gotta go down.
I'm such a germaphobe that I'm like afraid to go into these conventions, but I would love to go one of these days.
why not? You can go.
Just wear a bunny suit.
Nothing happened to me while I went to my convention at all. Nothing. No, everything was fine.
Joe, you were so paranoid. It was so likely. Like, who will it get? It'll get Joe because he's the one who's mostly afraid of it. Oh well.
Well, like
Yeah.
I was following that while you were driving down there, Joe. You were talking about it, and I was like, "Well, that sucks. He should go home."
Yeah.
Go home.
Geek, what box?
Okay, let's see if this works.
Now we do the chip.
I gotta be careful how I
forgot
pick
to
anything
put
up
the
so I don't get fingerprints
capacitor
all
on
over
it.
it.
Oh no,
Okay,
that sucks. Where the hell is pin 1?
I'm gonna try out my clear floppy drive now.
It looks like I'm done with those two. Now I just have LEDs and
Dan
chips
2.
and sockets.
No, that was
And
for
Electronic.
Candy Assembly. I forgot the Ataris. Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Oh, I see somebody waiting in a thingy. Hello, Sean.
Pizza guy.
How long have you been waiting?
I don't know,
Yeah,
a little bit. Not too bad.
I haven't looked at the computer or the modern computer for quite a while. Sorry if you were waiting a long time. Look, I got the 2E working with the clear screen and the clear disk drive.
Yay!
The disk drive's gonna look a little cloudy because I've left the protective film on it. I won't peel that off till I get to the show.
You have to savor the peelies.
Yeah, I just peeled it off around where the screws go in, just so I could get them in without having the plastic become captive. But this shell I replaced was really yucky anyway. So
So is that your Wonder Woman Apple IIe now?
yes,
It actually looks really good. I like it.
yeah, it looks better in person. The lights it's hard to get it under the lights correctly on the camera without having to reflect, obviously. But I'm gonna bring a whole bunch of interface cards with me, and then I can just put like really cool looking ones in there, even if I don't really use them for anything, just so I can have you can see them.
How is the case with fingerprints? Does it pick them up really easy, or is it?
It's actually not too bad. I was just trying to be really careful. I didn't want to get any fingerprints on the inside so that I couldn't get to later. But on the outside, it's really not all that noticeable. It's not as bad as the black one. The black shiny case, that thing is impossible to keep clean. I mean, there's a fingerprint smudge here or there, but it cleans off nice. It's weird that the plastic is really, really smooth. So, but it makes it really easy to clean because you can just use like one of those cloths that comes with something.
80s quote time. He never does anything with it. He just wipes it with a diaper.
Yeah, it's Ferris Bueller.
Yep.
Well, the movie Ferris Bueller. It's Cameron who says that, right?
Correct.
Um,
And it was a Ferrari, not an Apple II, but
I'd rather have the Apple II. That was a fake Ferrari anyway.
Okay.
I noticed in it looks like there's a red and a green LED for the enhanced power light area.
Yeah, there's a green light for power, like normal, and then there's a red caps lock light because the caps lock is not locked. So rather like the 2C, they put the red light under the cap, but on here they put it there. The reasoning is that this keyboard was also sold in other colors that is not in a clear case and doesn't have clear keys. So they needed a way for you to be able to see it whether you have a clear key or not.
And not having to make two different versions of the board.
Yeah, I assume. So I also have a black version of this keyboard, which I was going to put it in the black case, but like I said, the fingerprint issue is just, So I might actually just take a standard 2E case and paint it black, and then put the black keyboard in a painted case.
I see my keyboard and I want it painted black.
The Bell and Howells, aren't they just a painted case?
Well, they're 2+ cases, so all of those were painted. They were just painted dark gray rather than being painted beige.
Charcoal, get it right.
It's not charcoal. It's dark gray.
Dark.
Battleship Gray.
What?
What is this garbage?
I went to go pick up a LC
What?
from some guy for $30 off of Facebook, and I got there and I gave him the $30, and he said, "Hey, you interested in a Bell and Howell Apple II?" And like, I was like, "Well, it depends on how much you're selling it for." And he wanted $1,200 for it, so I said no.
I'm actually bringing a Bell & Howell to VCF Midwest. It's not perfect, but it's functional, and it's a Bell & Howell. So
Just go.
You bringing it for sale or just to show?
for sale.
I've been trying to get him to sell me that Bell and Howell.
Give me all your money, and you can have it.
Give me all your money.
Yeah.
Love you too, Adam.
How much is it? I don't know. How much you got? I said, how much is it? And I said, how much you got?
Yeah, we're National Lampoon Vacation.
Yeah.
What do you think the sheriff's going to think about that? Whips out a badge.
Yeah. Oh. I end up with 3 pairs of scissors. Like every time I need scissors, I can't find them, and now I have 3 of them. So yeah, I'm bringing
Family truckster.
oh, Sean, I just got your message. Sorry.
That is it.
Yeah, family truckster. I'm bringing the Bell & Howell, which is my spare. I'm bringing the damaged Quadra 700, and I'm bringing a Mac 128 for sale.
Who
So
was
not
just looking for a 120? I think Ron was looking for
Ron isn't.
128.
He gets first attempt on that when I get there. If he really wants it, I'll give him a friend price on it.
$5? Thanks, Adam.
Now $5
Somebody's got to
and
play
a
Retro Tech if
case
it's
of
like-
beer.
Case of beer.
Yeah.
That's
I bought
what Eddie
something-
Van Halen was paid for doing the guitar solo for Beat It. Case of beer.
I bought something from Mercari. The guy just sent me a message. Thanks for buying my thing. I won't be able to ship it till Friday. Oh.
Great. Thanks.
Now this guy had a one of those System Saver GSs for a pretty good price, so I snagged it.
That's actually funny you mentioned that. You know, the first product was going to be when I decided to start my store.
What's that?
System Saver GSs made out of wood. I had worked up a process and how much they cost and everything, and then I realized they take like 8 hours to make one, and I'm like, no.
I don't even really care about the fan part of it. I just like the fact that it gives you power buttons on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sleepy, the 2 Plus I've got is kind of a later model, so it's actually nicer as far as I'm concerned, and it has
All clean.
48K on board plus the language card, so you get the whole 64K, and then a disc controller card, which will work with the disc too.
Nice.
Yay.
And testing I did on it is I ran dealer diagnostics. I said go run all tests, and it says all tests passed. So that's about all I did with it. But it's been sitting on my good shelf for the last 2 years, so it should be good.
Treat those dealer diagnostics with a grain of salt. Let me tell you a story.
Well, that's why I'm saying that's all I did, because I didn't really. It's not enough, but it's. I mean, if there's some little weird problem, I'm sure Sleepy can figure it out.
Yeah. My keyboard encoders passed the dealer diagnostic and yet had a glaring problem with the escape key for 2 years.
Huh.
And having sold approximately 100 of them, I had to send out a mass email to everybody saying, if you were exhibiting a problem with your keyboard encoder, ship it back to me and I will reprogram that free of charge.
Well, I've only bought one of those from you, and it was
Maybe it was the tab key.
It
Yeah,
very
it was one of the
recently.
keys was wrong.
Okay.
It was just wrong.
The one
Pass
I
the
got from
diagnostics.
you on, I don't know, it was like 2-3 months ago. It was for the Datanetics. That one tested totally fine.
Yeah, the Datanetics don't have the problem. It was the universal ones for the Apple IIe's and stuff. The bitmap for I'm pretty sure it was the escape key. The bitmap was incorrect.
Okay.
Like one of the bits was high when it shouldn't have been.
Well,
and
it
so-
wasn't the tilde key.
No. Joe Stroessner making quality mistakes in Ohio for you. No, but the reason why it passed tests was apparently the tests, because the escape key is like character 127. All it was checking for, I guess all it was checking for is like for the high bit to be set or something, because it's the only character that sets the high bit or some weird thing like that. But
That's weird.
one of the
escape's kind of a special key because you can break into other things that are happening.
yeah, and I guess a lot of programs that's all they check for too, because it's a fast bitwise check. You just check for is value greater than 127 or whatever it is, and it's like it
Hey,
always
Joe.
passed.
See this caps
Yes.
lock? So you
Yes.
put it down, right?
Yeah.
And right. You type, and it goes back up. You put it down, and you
Which
can get it to go down.
Is that like a broken key switch?
Yeah. But what was happening is it was staying down, and then I would go typing, and it pops up, and then all of a sudden I'm in lowercase, and it's like syntax error. I'm like, oh.
Upgrade
is
your
a hair-
ROM so it doesn't care about the syntax.
Well, the thing I was doing, well, it's fine. But
I
it
know.
was a ROM 255, so I could. But I can't get these switches anymore.
Yep.
And all of the 3 switches on the board, even the 4080 and the keyboard, whatever, They both do the same thing. They just pop right back up.
That's a very odd problem for all of the switches to do that at the same time. That's really
Look,
weird.
see these? If I push it, oh, it's the wrong way. They just, it just comes right back up.
It's grumpy.
Have you tried cleaning them? I
Yes.
assume you tried cleaning them. Okay.
I have. I'm going to try more, but then I'm going to go ahead and start tearing keys off another one.
Programming
that's
did not complete.
got other issues. I just need one more keyboard so I can finish this one last 2C.
Well, go to the dollar store, get yourself a bag of Haribos, and then a can of Deoxit D5, and you'll be good to go.
I could sell this and say, look, it's got one of those clear keyboards in it.
Cool.
Okay.
I gotta
That's
test
awesome.
this. Where'd the keyboard go?
It's-
No, I
it's
got it without a
invisible.
keyboard. And you're like, what do you mean? It's right there.
Won't run any software. It runs the self-test just fine.
I bet
Joe
it's
has
really
a
quiet
TV.
when you type on it.
Yes. I don't want it quiet though. I want it loud like the Alps. Joe, do you know if this 2E keyboard uses the same switches as the 2C keyboard? They sound the same.
I'd have to physically look at the key switch to be sure.
Okay. Well, they don't have lights in them, so.
Got a question for you, Adam. Maybe Joe could answer this too. On Apple IIcs, the bottom of the case, I've seen two versions. One where the printing is like embossed, like in the plastic, and then others where it's a label. Which one came first? Printed
The
label?
label came
or...
first. All the 4000s have the label. Some of the 4000s, the later ones, have the embossed thing. And then all the 4100s have the embossed thing. And the thing is, anything with embossed on the bottom probably, but not 100% guaranteed, has an Alps keyboard in it.
Got it.
It's a
What
Sort
Adam
of a-
said.
it's like a game on the 4000. If the 4000 is embossed, it's a good chance you have an Alps keyboard, but it's not 100% guarantee. Kind of like how I got this beige 2E that had a platinum motherboard in it, and it was factory that way.
Beige 2E.
Well, now it's clear, and it still has a platinum
So
motherboard
who
in it.
gets
So
pins? You do not get pins. You get pins. You get pins. So
You get
3 more
pins.
pins. Okay.
pins,
Shit
pins, pins.
Adam, you should put Joe's fancy sticker in there, looking out from the Apple IIe, like, let me out of here.
I don't have one of those.
The like
Kneel
it's
before
not,
Zod.
it's not venticular, but it's kind of like silvery, kind of shiny. That one.
Yeah, the one with the
Yeah.
googly eyes.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
need
no,
to
Joe
send
said
one
he'd
of
send me
those-
one the next time I get something from him. Just
Yeah.
for whatever reason, I never got that particular one. I got tons of the, 8-bits and JCM-1s and all that, but I've never got one of the other ones for whatever reason.
I never sent him one because I don't like Adam.
Hey,
I'm kidding.
Joe, you want to see something cool? My
He's about
My
to flip
DOS
me off.
I thought it
No.
was. I thought
No.
you were about to get kicked, Joe.
my DOS 3.3 disc. This is the actual one from when I bought my 2E in '83.
And it still works perfectly, doesn't it?
It still works, and it still has the programs I wrote on it.
And it
I
has
don't
your
even keep it in
thumbprint
a
on the
sleeve.
label.
Well, it's like years of handling from like my thumb. And it has a not. The thing is notched. I was so poor on discs back then. I had to use the backup to store data.
I notched and used the back of my master copy. Oh no.
Don't
Yeah.
do that to the original Karateka disc, else you can't play it upside down.
That was so cool. They did that.
So who keeps saying I need to make an ooh sound?
Says you have to have an Apple II GS. Oh.
Because
I suggested it, but I was kidding.
oh,
Oh,
But
Joe,
I
did you
think-
see the?
I think there was somebody else making the same.
it's not really my
suggestion.
thing.
Joe, I was on the Kansas Fest Discord, and there was a conversation about the Apple III, and we were discussing if we could get a video overlay card to work on a 3 with a Titan board set.
Mhm.
And everybody's like, well, nobody has all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, wait, I got it all right here. Let me try. I didn't try it because I would have to take the 3 apart again because the video overlay card is 12-inch card or
Oh, it's-
10-inch
yeah.
card or whatever. So it won't fit. I
Fine.
don't have a riser card. I think it will output video. I don't think the video overlay features would work because that needs the Mega 2 stuff, or the 65 CO2 and all that. But I think the video out would work. That's my guess.
Here's the cool thing: if you get a properly modified 6.5 CO2, you know, you tie the correct pins high or low or whatever you need. You can put a 6.5 CO2 in the Apple III and it'll just work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try that.
100%.
One side effect: if the card works, it would output analog RGB, which of course now I could do anyway with your adapter. But I could have 2 of them.
And a sailboat. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Cool.
I need to test this 2GS monitor.
Or little keyboard encoders.
Oh, this is the monitor I got from you, Joe. It's the one that's blurry.
Everything so blurry, including
Mr.
my
Macintosh
nasal
wants
passages.
a 2GS monitor, and I got to find one. I have one that only displays
What?
blue. I think you would like that one.
Need me to work tonight.
Well, you better go.
Somebody's alarm's going off.
Yeah.
Oh, I still have my sticker up there.
Put my Blue Scuzzy version 2 in my Quadra 700.
Thanks.
And I added an LED that I stole out of a broken SE.
Did I not clean this board? It's like just covered in slime.
Ew.
It's clean now. Everything's so blurry. I've got nasal congestion.
I had the worst headache earlier.
Sorry, what?
I think there was a lot of pollen or dust or something because I had this huge nasal headache.
All right. I gotta go. I forgot I have to take my daughter to work, and I'm supposed to be there like 5 minutes ago to pick her up.
Oh no!
Oops. All right, see you later.
Don't
Sleepy.
drive too fast.
Thanks
Bye.
for
later.
joining. Bye.
So these keyboard encoders, they come with little pins, so you can select the key map that they use, whether it's for a 2 plus or a 2E or a 3 or whatever.
Mhm.
And in the 2C, the headers, the little jumpers are too tall. So I have an option on my website, ship without headers or ship without pins, so that, you know, people with 2Cs, it'll actually fit the machine.
Yes.
And then I thought, well, if I use a right angle header, it'll fit. So, and I'm always wanting to like slimline my processes so there's fewer variations. That way I make fewer mistakes and whatever. So I shipped one of those with right angle pins to somebody with an Apple III. But my Apple III's got a zip socket, so I didn't notice that in the Apple III, or at least the Apple III Plus, the one with the right angle pins fouls against the battery connector,
Oh.
so it can't win. So it's like you either get pins or you don't. Anyway,
Oh, I found out that on the Quadra 700 when I was trying to use these little CR22 holders for the battery. The battery on that is right up against the RAM, and it won't physically fit. So I'm risking the anger of Ron because I put a regular old half AA in there.
oh no,
But at least it's new. I also found this one, which is a Tadiran from March of '91, and
That
it
still works?
has 3.56 volts. I was gonna put it in there because it's almost the right age, but who knows if it's because of age. I didn't want to do that, but I thought it was hilarious that I had one that works. And I'll put this in my Mac 128 just for Ron. It's a 4.5 volt Energizer, made in USA.
Very careful and take
Remember
it
that?
apart and take all the guts out of it. They put it back together and stick it in there, and it's not actually providing voltage, but it looks the part.
Well, this is the one that somebody put tape on the ends, and they made it look
gods.
from the side like it's not got tape on the edge. Like all the tape that you can see is on that part. So when you look at the inside the battery panel in the back of the Mac 128, it looks nice, but it can't leak on it.
Oh, it'll still leak. It'll leak just living there.
Well, it didn't though. See, it was magic tape.
Magic tape.
It's the stuff that Steve uses to put together Quadra 840 AVs.
Oh. I need foam.
I have foam.
I bought it in bulk. I have like 8 pounds of the stuff.
I don't need to
Two
buy
huge
any
boxes
shipping
back
materials
there.
because I buy so much stuff that when it comes in, I just save all the peanuts and bubble wrap and
Yeah.
whatever, and I just reuse it.
You don't ship as much stuff as I do that needs foam, apparently.
I did buy custom-sized boxes for the shape of shipping an Apple IIe though,
Yeah.
because I shipped so many of those that it was just like I want something I could put this
I dropped it on the floor.
this foam that I already had shaped into a box that's the perfect size and put the computer in a bag, plastic bag, throw it in, ship. So I still have about 20 of those boxes left.
Joe, I like that paper that you've been using. It's good stuff.
Oh, the shipping paper? Yeah.
Yeah.
Biodegradable.
I reuse your
cheaper
boxes
per
all the time.
package to do.
Yeah,
Yep.
I reuse your boxes all the time too. And the,
peel the
and the
label off.
material.
I ship out like Apple II interface cards and all whatever junk I'm selling. And free packaging from Joe.
Advertising.
I leave the tape on.
Yeah.
I peel the label off so I don't have your address on. Oh, and speaking of addresses, should I ship your parts? I didn't ship them today. I was going to do it tomorrow. Should I ship them to the address on one of these boxes?
Who, me?
Yeah.
The 1005 address?
Yeah, that address.
Yes.
Okay.
Never, ever, ever ship anything to the 895 address if you have that, because that no longer exists as a place that I can get packages.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm shipping you this power brick and an Apple III clock kit.
Yes.
And I just forgot again.
What
Because I
power
suck.
brick for what?
For your iBook.
Oh, that thing, so I can test the thing and do the video, so then I can, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then one of these Apple III clock kits with the funky battery holder.
Ground advantage. Sure.
Yeah. Is anybody still out there watching? Are we boring you? I just see Jeremy talking to himself, looks like.
It shows 5 people watching.
Hi,
Okay.
people.
Hi,
Hi.
lurkers. How you doing? All right. Well, look at my pretty clear Apple IIe while I go walk away for about 5 minutes.
And you can watch me on my shipping station while I ship a box. And you can look. You see all the the USPS boxes. The Postal Service guy got ticked the last time that I had put 36 boxes out on the front porch. So he's like, he gave me double the bins this time.
All right, Joe. Adam asked me to keep my eye on you, so I'm doing it.
This box goes to Javier. Need to get you the name of this stuff, since everybody seems to like it so much. Shh, nobody talk.
Is that stuff expensive, Joe?
See, he wants us to talk, but he won't listen to us.
Go in the trash can, you dumb thing. There we go. Hi, I'm a famous person.
So what's that fancy thing, Joe, that you run your tape through? Is that like a wet thing to lick it like a stamp or something?
That fancy thing?
Yeah.
It is a cheap 18-cent sponge. Yep, that's it. I have custom printed tape that just uses liquid like a stamp to do it, and I just have a sponge and I run it underneath it and it wets it and go whoop, and that's it.
That's what I said.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Did I not hear it like a dummy?
Sure. Okay.
Is that stuff cheap? The paper?
Like the crink, like the
Packing
cut.
paper?
Yeah, the packing paper.
Yeah, with like the
I'm
holes
looking
in
at
it
bubble
or whatever.
wrap.
I'm looking that up right now for you. Stand by.
Yeah, DigiKey uses that same brown paper with the holes in it.
This is a much finer stuff, but yeah. Why can't I find it? I'm like, I have to search all orders past 3 months. Now, how about like, I know it's 3M. Literally just like going through all my orders for like the last 2 years to find this.
Log into your QuickBooks and check your material purchases for the business.
QuickBooks? What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. Lotus 123.
I don't do any of that.
FileMaker Pro.
I keep my receipts all in one folder. At the end of
VisiCalc.
the year, I total them into a single number, then I print them all off and I give them to my accountant, and they figure it out.
Do they use an Apple III with VisiCalc and the wide carriage printer with green bar paper?
Not the VisiCalc, but the wide bar paper, yeah.
Nice.
For some situations, yeah. I'm also their IT guy, so.
Make
There
sure
it is.
I don't owe money,
Scotch.
and I will do your IT work for you.
Yeah. Right screen. Here it is. Yep. That's it. So basically, I buy the 600-foot roll, which is gigantic, and it's $80 for 600 feet. But what you have to understand is that the stuff stretches out.
Yeah, it expands like as soon as you pull it off the roll. Right?
Exactly. So when you buy 600 feet, you're really getting at least 1,200. And in the end, it makes it cheaper than bubble wrap, and it's paper. So all of the carbon dioxide that was used to make it goes right back into trees to make more of it. So there you go. Yep. Scotch cushion lock protective wrap. Yep. Product
You should get
number.
them to sponsor you.
Well, I'm going to put a link in the chat that if you click on it, I will receive an Amazon commission for the purchase. So no need to sponsor. Brain, thinking, fail, youtube.com. So that I can actually like paste it into the chat. Adam's Apples, live, click, mute. Control V. Oh, I'm not an admin. I ain't gonna do crap.
You can put it in the private chat, yes?
I'm back. If you put it in there, I can paste it in.
I did the thing.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Who's next?
So I've been sorting stuff while I'm getting ready for VCF. And as I'm doing it, I'm trying to sort out the stuff I'm not taking. And I just decided I'm going to make a pile of like AV type cables, like RCAs and components and HDMIs and BNCs and coax and whatever. And then I got into 5 piles because I was like, I'm going to have them all separate. Here's some S videos and here's some yellow, white, red cables and blah. And then I'm like, okay, well, I have this big stack of plastic bags, so I'm going to put each type in its own bag. And I ended up with 3 printer boxes full of AV cables.
Drop some extra goodies in the box. I don't know why I said that for this guy, but I'm doing it. Extra
goodies.
So he's going to get one of these.
I want extra goodies.
One of these. Well, on your next order, or if I just remember to do it, you'll get some. Problem is you're never home like 90% of the time. So it's like,
I haven't gone anywhere in 3 weeks. This is so weird.
Are
logos.
a certain type of extra goodies legal in Ohio?
I heard something about Ohio. What?
Is weed legal in Ohio?
No, not yet. It's gonna be on the ballot this upcoming November though.
I like how YouTube emails me to tell me that I have a live event on my own channel.
Do you have more than one YouTube account? And you subscribe to yourself or something?
But
Yeah.
Well, what account did it mail that to? Yeah, it emailed it to the YouTube account.
It emailed it basically to itself.
Uh-huh.
That's dumb.
And my thumbnail, I just stole the picture from MacFX and then wrote some words over it, and that's their thumbnail.
Shipping rates.
I just noticed I soldered an LED where I was supposed to solder a jumper.
Oh no.
Jeremy, the tables are 6 feet by 18 inches. So if they usually put 2 of those together, so you get like 6 feet by 3 feet ish.
That comes out on that printer. Shipping another order.
MacFX has 2 tables, one 8 foot and one 6 foot, which is the 6 foot is actually made out of 2 6 by 18s.
I need the invoice. Packing slip, whatever the hell it's called.
I mean, unless I just gave you a 6 by 18, but that'd be kind of weak because you wouldn't even be able to fit an Apple II on it. Just put it sideways. How's your Dan Tube build coming along?
Almost done.
Cool.
What? Your mom?
Exactly.
Ba-doop boop. Don't take my word.
What? Somewhere around here, I have an original disc tube box. That's what I should probably put this clear disc tube in. Where did I put that, though? Oh, I put it in a spot I can't get
That's
to.
what it's
Never
like
mind.
before you tear it.
So I only have one more computer I got to build for VCF, which I'll probably do this weekend, is a Clear SE30.
Those also look very cool.
I kind of want a to find a clear keyboard, like an external keyboard, even if it's not an Apple one, and just adapt it to work with it, just so I could have a clear keyboard to go with it. Might be possible, like custom ordering Cherry stuff, or one of those Cherry keyboards.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen people order ones that have like command keys and option keys and stuff for when they use it on a Mac. And I can easily adapt a USB keyboard to work on an 80B Mac.
Yeah, I don't know if this will. I built this one. It's got Mac keycaps on it.
Oh, cool. If I could find something like that but do it with clear ones.
The keycaps were kind of hard to find. They were on Etsy, and they were way more than I should have spent on keycaps.
I found some keycaps that were Apple Platinum colored, and they actually had like the Apple key had a rainbow apple on it and everything. It was super fancy, but they were something like $3 or $4 a key. I was like, nah.
Yikes!
And no.
No, thank you. I already spent enough on MacFX keyboards.
I think this set of keycaps was $80, which seems excessive for keycaps, but it looks cool.
So I did the first step. I think I showed this before. For the Clear SE, put the blue SCSI in the SE drive bracket with the floppy. But
Yes.
I love how the stock LED just plugs right into the blue SCSI like that.
Yeah, but it's almost like we designed it that way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Does that output 5 volts or 3.3? You know.
It puts out 5 volts.
Perfect. The other product that predated the blue SCSI put out 3.3 volts on some of them, and it made the LED very dim.
It's almost like they don't design things correctly.
I need to find another SD card for this.
Scandalous.
I had this one.
Joe's
NetApp.
Joe's biased.
Oh,
Towards quality.
Oh, just whatever the fanboys of BS are gonna say. They're just gonna do what they do.
I
It's
asked
better
Eric.
because blah, and I'm like, well, apparently you haven't tried the new product. Try
No,
my
you-
product.
You need the dun 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 sound on your board.
There was somebody who was having a little fit over the fact that the thing wouldn't do some certain mode that another product does. And it's like, well, then buy the other product and shut up.
That's logic, Adam. The internet doesn't have logic.
Well, I think they also charge twice as much. So,
Oh yeah.
uh-oh.
I can't tell you their entire email address, but a portion of this person's email address is Biggest Dickus. That's funny. I see the funniest stuff come through here doing these
I
orders.
think I might know who that is, actually.
They're in California.
Yeah, come on, Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. Silly email
Ooh.
address.
This person is from Ohio. Wait, no. That is an error. They put their state as Ohio in the billing section, but the shipping section is their actual state. So they paid Ohio tax. No, they paid their state tax. I have no idea what they did there. No clue. None at all. That is wild.
Oh.
I get, folks who, for anti-spam purposes, they'll create a special email address just for ordering stuff on my site. So it'll be like so-and-so -jcm1 @ domain name. It happens a lot.
Oops.
You should add that particular address to a lot of spam lists.
Yeah, there you go. And look,
I
didn't
found
do-
somebody selling some RAM for the 4400, and so I bought it. And I'm like, well, I'll just leave this 4400 set up on this table I've been using tonight. So the RAM gets here, and then it's like, well, I kind of need this spot. When's that RAM getting here? And it says September 11th. I'm like, come on.
Boo.
It's because Canada Post sucks.
The other thing too is, when I see orders for folks I know from Adam or Action Retro, or like I have one here from Madeline McAndrews.
Yeah.
Those who don't know who she is, she's a former Pixar employee who has had actual boardroom meetings with Steve Jobs. Cool stuff.
Yeah, she's the one who's like, "Oh, I'm trying this out on this Apple III Plus," and then has a photo, and they're like, "No, that's an Apple III," and she's like, "Oh yeah, I mixed up. I always forget which one of these I'm using." So she has a bunch of them.
You take the case off, and without the case, you can't really tell unless you look real close.
Right? Or you could be like Frank and have the weird one. It's like, "Oh, I have to be different and have a DB25 on the inside rather than an IDC26." Like, what was that all about? I think it must have been for testing, just so they could quickly plug drives in.
Yeah. I didn't. Did I print the guy's packing slip? Yeah, I did.
Haha.
Did you put biggest dickus on the packing slip?
Yes.
Cool.
I should just go get a screenshot from the meeting of him saying that and then like print it off and put it in there.
Biggest. Oh, that's heavy. Not that heavy. Heavier than I expected. All right, I got a thing. Put that there. Plastic bag. So this is one of Mark's rejects because it's a little frosty. I still think it looks really good.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah. And he included a clear speaker that I have to melt onto the front. Sit in here. And then there's feet.
Your friends and make an animal sound.
And then this little sticker that says Macintosh SC30. It's clear.
Yeah, see, it's hard to see.
Yeah, but I still like it. I didn't put one on the green one because I don't know why. I just didn't. But I think on this clear one I will. It's just not in right.
Sound move.
Let's put
And
this
then
in
you
raw.
need to go and show off your tearaway pants.
No, that's
How
probably
did you
right.
know, Joe? How did you know?
It's a Star Bomb. Is it Star Bomb? Is that a Star Bomb song? I think that's a Star Bomb song.
Depending on how the rest of
Might
my
be.
work week goes, I might build this during the week
And
on
that's-
another stream, or I'll wait till Sunday.
Son of a bitch.
I need to find a good CRT though. I have so many that are got burned in, and I don't want to put burned in one
Yeah,
into
it's an
that thing.
SP.
And then I might sell that one, but I'm putting this non-recapped SE30 board in it, and I can send them down the hallway to have somebody else recap it if they want.
Yes. The lyric is, put your hands in the air, then stick out your rear end, then wiggle it real hard and you hug your closest friend. Then you wildly remove your clothes and tear away pants. This is the Cool Patrol dance. Now rub the peanut butter on you from your head to your feet and cover up your nudity with different cheeses and meats. It's hilarious. I'm not doing it justice because I'm not singing it for copyright reasons, but
Yeah.
it's hilarious. Yeah, it's
Well. Joe, you want to see my collection of
there's the video for
blue
it.
scuzzy things?
Yes.
I've got
Give them all to
green,
me.
green and red, and blue.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
only
that the
gray.
darkness,
I got,
Joe?
got gray.
Somebody say something.
I think Sean said something.
Yeah, I asked if that video was The Darkness.
No.
The band The Darkness. Okay.
No, it's the band Ninja Sex Party.
These brackets are all for.
I'm a big
Blue
fan
Scuzzy
of Ninja Sex
1.0.
Party.
Remember Blue Scuzzy 1.0?
Yes.
Oh, they're a band?
Yeah, NSP.
Blue Scuzzy 1.1. Oh, Joe, this bracket for the Blue Scuzzy version 2. I think this came from you. See how that's bent?
Yep.
I put this in the 9600, and what I didn't realize is that the weight of the cable was pulling down on the Blue Scuzzy. So it just, the whole thing went,
Yep.
But
We
it's
fixed that
fine.
on new versions. We put a
yeah, I
little.
know. I actually
bracer
didn't
across
end up
there.
needing this because that's the one that went into the, that's going into the SC30, and I'm using a potato phi bracket on that guy.
Mhm.
I should put one of these on it.
Mhm. I will no longer be distributing those. I have gone. My next run of stickers will be just say Blue Scuzzy.
Oh,
Which ones won't you be distributing anymore?
The one he just showed on the screen.
this
Which you weren't looking.
little Blue Scuzzy sticker. I have
Ah.
plenty of them. I like these brackets for the version 1.1.
Yeah. Hey, look! I got another order while I was sitting here on the stream.
Cool.
I get an order like once an hour, every hour, for 18 hours straight, and then it stops because people are sleeping. Then it starts again.
So, what do people think I should put in my Apple IIe for interface cards for fun?
Apple IIe interface cards. Oh gosh,
Those
that's
are all
always
Blue
that is
Cross
always a
things.
hard one because there's so much cool stuff and there's only 7 slots.
Yeah.
6 effectively.
Well, I
Put a
could pull
booty
out
in
the
it.
stock memory, and I could put one of these big ass
Yeah.
memory cards in. That'd be
Yeah.
fun. This one's only half full, but whatever. Like I need more than 512K on a.
Did I get a
Apple
call
II.
from Apple Legal Macintosh Librarian asks probably about the sticker? No, I just decided I wanted the standard Blue Scuzzy logo because it makes it a little bit more obvious that it's a Blue Scuzzy.
Oh.
I think it's cleaner. It's a nicer sticker. I just like it better.
Let me pull the other boxes of cards I got around here. I could put an RGB card in and have and then use your adapter, Joe, and then run an analog RGB out of it.
Yeah. Oh, I finished. Yeah, RGB. I finished modding my TV up there tonight.
Oh, the one you were working on earlier. How's that
Yeah.
working?
Works perfectly. I mean, it's a Trinitron tube, so it looks really good, but it's a very low resolution Trinitron tube, so it gets the job done. And RGB is better than NTSC,
Uh-huh.
but it's still garbage. So
Oh,
I can demo it.
there's something else here. Oh, I could put an Ethernet card in it.
Ah, it's still plugged into the wall. Holy Christmas.
Ah. What if I put an Ethernet card in my Apple II?
Well, this is going to bug me. All of my pin headers on here are silver except for this last one, which is gold.
Well, now you got to throw the whole thing away.
I just knocked something off. Oh,
I mean, I'm going to be looking at it all the time.
So if I put a megabyte of RAM in the 80 column slot, should I also put a megabyte of RAM in one of the regular slots? And I could have 2 megs of RAM.
all of the megs.
Oh, here's another 512. I could put that in. That's just
It's
silly.
funny that, the only thing that can use it is Apple Works, but go right ahead.
Yeah, I know. I think I might put the RamWorks card in just because it looks better. I don't want to put more RAM cards because they're just going to make heat and they're going to make everything run crappy.
The cool thing about this mod is that you can switch it from RGB to NTSC or composite live. You just do it, so you can see the real world difference that RGB makes.
Oh. I could fill it with. I could fill this all with just grappler cards. That'd be funny.
Yeah, each one with a different version of SoftXP software on it.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Oh, I probably will put a Lyron card in it though, because that's something I can use at the show to boot, like that game thing, whatever it's called.
What'd you play at the arcade?
Oh, me?
Okay.
I could put this giant modem in there. It's
What?
blue. Apple modem card, copyright 1982.
I actually have proper red, green, and blue colored composite or RCA cables coming for this, just so you know it's not garbo.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna work.
I made an RGB cable for the 2GS before it even got here. It's very nice.
I got this modem for the Apple II that has a giant speaker on it. So you can make Joe noises with it. Yeah, that noise.
I love House of the Dead. It's a great game.
And I need one more cable.
Does this work?
I'm like stealing the composite cables from all my Apple IIs to make this happen because I need 4 of them.
All right. I think
4 of them. I have 2 of these modem cards.
That's
there's
Agents
another
Hall.
jumper.
3 of them.
This one came from Colorado.
Composite goes for the.
Alright, so I think I'll put this blue modem card in because it looks neat. And I'll put this Lyron card in because it looks neat and it's useful. I need those little hex screws though. I got one. Is there another one?
Cool. And we go to side.
There's another one. Sweet.
It actually synced up. That's amazing. So
I have a couple of those TVs, Joe. The little small Sony Trinitron.
these things are great for RGB modding just because they're tiny. Because of this, I have like 5 CRTs I can get rid of now because this will do everything. So
Yay. You need one of
RGB.
these.
NTSC, RGB, NTSC, not garbage. Garbage. Can read it, can't read it. The Moire pattern is not really helping.
I'm going to put 3 disc controllers in one Apple IIe.
All right. The only thing I got left is the SD card slots, and those I have to use a different tip for. So I'm going to go to bed. Let
Okay.
this thing cool off.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining. I'm going to probably close this down not too long anyway.
Cool. Well, thanks for having me. See you later.
Bye.
See ya.
I have a whole box of parallel interface cards.
There you go. There's the
That's a waste of a box.
So turn off some of these lights.
You need to turn your brightness down, Joe, on that TV.
Yeah, I know. It has different brightness gammas depending on whether it's an RGB or NTSC mode. That's the problem.
Language card, RAM card.
So RGB, composite
RGB
garbage.
card.
RGB,
I don't wanna
composite
put that in.
garbage. RGB, composite garbage.
Hey, Sean, you ever seen one of these? Ha ha ha.
Yes, I have. That looks like one that I used to have.
I know. It's weird, isn't it? Look, I got one of these Yellowstone cards.
You tell me which one looks better. 1 or 2? 1 or 2? 1 or 2?
1.
Orange, Gret. Yeah.
What is this? Sometimes I wonder why I make certain things. Like, why did I make a 6-inch floppy drive cable?
Because
And then I
6
made
inches
a-
is all you need.
And then I made a 3-inch.
Did you say 6 inches is all you need?
And it's 8 bits.
video. Where's the enter key?
Oh, now I don't need this box anymore.
Enter. Use return.
I have like 6 boxes of Apple II cards. I really should just put them all in one spot.
Oh,
What's in here?
there we go. That's better.
Oh, that's a Z80 card.
That's much better.
Why is there an Ethernet cord in there?
Yeah.
Rappler Plus. Fancy.
Garbage.
Super serial
garbage.
card. Why is there an SC30? Oh no, that's an SE Ethernet card. It's sitting in an Apple II box. That's wrong.
Look at me. I'm playing with the camera.
You're good.
When you switch between the modes, Joe, it either, from my angle, it looks either the text is sharp or color is correct. They don't seem to be the same.
It's it's just the camera doesn't do it justice. It's the classic. You can't film a CRT BS.
Yeah. Was the one where brown is brown the good one, or is that? Well, they both
So
out now.
that's
it's brown.
NTSC.
Okay.
That's RGB.
Oh, yeah. Now it actually looks better than it looked before.
Yeah.
You changed the angle.
Yeah, it's
See, like you take your grappler card, but
just
Change
I
out
can't
your
get the
ROM,
exposure rate is the
so
problem.
it says that on it. Smart port.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring a spare Disc 2 controller just to have one. I want to clone this thing. Doesn't even have to be a PCB.
Yeah. Get some noise in the signal here. I think the blue cable is coming off is what it is.
Took my 9600 out of service.
Getting some noise in the signal.
Uh-oh. Oh, here's some cool
Also,
stuff.
it's an Apple III, so you know.
Well, yeah. Oh, I found one of these. It's a CFFA, whatever, 3000. This works in an Apple III, I believe.
Yes.
And there's another RamWorks card in here.
Brown is dark orange. This is a correct statement. Yeah. It looks way better in person, trust me.
I'm going to put this one in.
This thing makes it really does make a decent RGB monitor. I mean, it's not great, and the monitor itself's got conversion or convergence issues and stuff. But I need to tune it and play with it. But
Crack it open and do it on stream.
How about a hard drive card?
I already put
for
it back together and had to super glue it because the plastics were brittle and it half fell apart.
a hard drive card for an Apple II. But I replaced the hard drive with a compact flash card
There's like no sharpness
because I'm crazy.
setting it here. It's probably picture. Yeah, that increases. Yeah.
So I got an Apple II ROM card that has 3 of the 4 ROMs. I don't know why there's one missing. Which sucks because they're all from '78. They're original.
Color. Turn it all the way up.
Hey, Adam, thanks for letting me pop in for a little bit. I'm going to take off.
Okay. Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Later, Joe.
Later. I love how
I'm
you can turn
going-
the color down on this, and when it's in RGB mode, and it doesn't matter because I'm injecting it the signal directly into the control chip. It just doesn't care.
It's like the circuit that does the overlay or something. Is that how that works?
Yeah, basically.
This card has Texas Instruments RAM on it, yet it's bad. That's weird. All right, that's sorted. Oh, new batteries. They still make the batteries for those clock cards, amazingly enough. All right. Joe, do you think this is enough of a bucket of Apple II cards?
Sure.
I
Why
think
not?
I need to get some more. What size is that TV? Like 9, 10 inches, something like that?
9 inches.
Cool. I think I used to know somebody who had one of those in their kitchen.
Yep. That's what it's designed for. This one sat at the regional headquarters of a franchise of a large pizza company. No, I will not tell you the name. And it was their security monitor. And it sat there in black and white mode, 24/7, 365 on. The thing has no screen burn.
That's amazing. It looks really good.
It's a Sony. I mean, they're tanks, right? They're just designed properly.
Yeah. What's funny is I've got a PVM, a 9-inch PVM that's got severe screen burn because it was used as a TV station, and all it showed was the station logo all day.
Yeah.
Along with other Chiron stuff, and that station logo is just burned into it now.
Yeah. See, like on Pink, for example, you can tell it's not as good resolution in NTSC mode.
Yeah.
You put it over to RGB, you can see the pixels.
What's funny is this clear Prison TV I'm using. It's an LCD. Through composite, it shows 80 column text completely and totally clearly. It must go into some monochrome mode. Something in the chipset just knows.
Yeah.
And you can see it flip back to color mode when you show graphics, which is really bizarre to me for an LCD TV set. But on the other hand, it's a Prison TV. It's got HDMI, VGA, and component and composite.
So it does all the things.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't get with it was remote, but it was cheap too. I don't like the fact that it's widescreen, but I like the fact that it's clear, so it goes good with this particular display. Anyway, we're approaching 11:30, so I'm going to need to head out here in just a sec.
Yep.
But I thank you for joining me, Joe.
Thank you for having me on, sir. It's always fun. Everybody else left.
Oh, well.
I have all the lights off.
I hope everybody liked watching the Apple IIe build and all the stuff everybody else was doing. I see Sleepy's in the lobby, but I'm about to kill the stream, so unless you have something super important, I'm just going to go ahead and end now. Hi. Excuse me. So anyway, I got to go. Here, I'll let Sleepy come in and say goodbye. Goodbye, Sleepy.
Oh, about time.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just ending the stream now, but if you want to hang out after for a minute, it's cool.
Yeah,
Everybody who in the chat who joined, thanks for joining. Have a good night, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.